In today's world, characterized by its fast pace and hyperconnectivity, our minds are like engines that never shut off. We are constantly inundated with a deluge of information, a plethora of opportunities, and an endless array of choices at our fingertips. Our thoughts, desires, and dreams flow like a river that never dries up, always in motion, seldom finding a moment of stillness. This constant mental activity propels us into a ceaseless quest for more career milestones to achieve, more romantic relationships to explore, more financial goals to reach, and even more simple pleasures to enjoy, such as a sumptuous meal or a breathtaking sunset. This relentless pursuit, however, comes at a cost. It often leaves us feeling both emotionally and physically depleted, as if we've been running on a treadmill that's perpetually on, always increasing in speed, but never actually taking us to a new destination. The irony is that we become so engrossed in what's coming next, the next promotion at work, the next significant event in our personal relationships, the next big financial gain, that we lose sight of the present moment. This is the only moment that truly belongs to us, yet we treat it as if it's merely a stepping stone on the path to some future point that may or may not ever come to pass. We find ourselves living in what can only be described as a perpetual state of deferred happiness. We're always waiting for some external event or achievement to bring us the joy and satisfaction we crave. But what we often overlook and fail to appreciate is that the present moment is not just a stepping stone to some uncertain future. It is a unique, irreplaceable experience that deserves our full attention and appreciation. The ultimate irony lies in the fact that while we're so preoccupied with planning for a future that is not even guaranteed, we miss out on the richness and depth of life that is available to us right here, right now. This constant forward-looking mentality is fueled by societal norms and expectations that push us to achieve more, to be more, and to constantly strive for a state of happiness that always seems to be just out of reach. We're taught to believe that our worth is tied to our achievements, and that our happiness is a destination that can be reached through relentless effort and perpetual motion. But this mindset only serves to distance us from the one thing that is truly real and guaranteed: the present moment. So, how do we break free from this cycle? How do we shift our focus from constant pursuit to mindful presence? One transformative approach is the practice of mindful walking, a technique that serves as a powerful metaphor for a more significant shift in how we perceive and interact with the world around us. Mindful walking is not just about the physical act of moving from one location to another. It represents a fundamental shift in our perception and interaction with the world. The next time you find yourself walking, be it to the grocery store, your workplace, or just around your neighborhood, try to engage in a form of walking that is devoid of the incessant mental chatter that usually accompanies us. Instead of rushing to your destination with your mind preoccupied with a myriad of thoughts, try to focus intently on each step you take. Feel the texture of the ground beneath your feet. Listen to the subtle sounds of nature around you, the rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, the gentle breeze, and take deep, mindful breaths of fresh air. This practice serves as a cornerstone for making the now the focal point of your life. It's not just about getting from point A to point B. It's about savoring the journey in between. It's about feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin, hearing the melodious songs of birds, and smelling the fragrant flowers that line your path. It's about being fully present in each step you take, each breath you inhale, and each moment that passes by. It's about experiencing life in its purest form, without the need to capture it in photos, label it with words, or judge it through the lens of societal norms and expectations. By practicing mindful walking, you're doing more than just taking a stroll. You're embarking on a journey within, a journey that has the potential to transform your entire outlook on life. You're learning to be present, to be in the now, and to appreciate each moment for the unique, irreplaceable experience that it is. And in doing so, you're taking the first step toward breaking free from the illusion of constant pursuit, the illusion that happiness is a destination rather than a state of being. In our modern, fast-paced society, We've become incredibly skilled at labeling and categorizing virtually everything we encounter. From the food we eat to the music we listen to, from the people we meet to the experiences we have, everything is subject to our judgment. We find ourselves in a perpetual state of liking or disliking, agreeing or disagreeing, thereby creating a never-ending cycle of conflict, not just with situations, but also with individuals. This constant evaluation and judgment create a dualistic mindset, one that divides our experiences into neat categories of good or bad, right or wrong, pleasant or unpleasant. This incessant need to judge and categorize robs us of the ability to appreciate the wholeness and interconnectedness of life. It prevents us from experiencing the richness and depth of each moment, as we're too busy dissecting it, analyzing it, and fitting it into preconceived boxes. But what if we could break free from this limiting cycle? What if we could let each moment be just as it is, without the burden of judgment or the need for categorization? The extraordinary thing is that this transformation doesn't require any external action or change in circumstances. It simply requires a shift in perspective. All that's needed is a willingness to let each moment unfold naturally, without interference or manipulation. When you embrace and accept the present moment in all its fullness, you tap into a deeper level of consciousness, one that is not bound by the limitations of dualistic thinking. At this level, your emotional well-being is no longer tied to your mind's judgments of what is good or bad, right or wrong. You discover a sense of peace that is not contingent on external circumstances, but arises naturally from within. By saying yes to all of life's experiences, by accepting the present moment just as it unfolds, you unearth a profound inner peace. This peace is not something you acquire from external sources. It's something you uncover from within, hidden beneath layers of thoughts, judgments, and preconceived notions. It's a peace that transcends understanding, a peace that serves as a foundation for a life lived in harmony with the natural flow of existence. Moreover, our quest for peace, joy, and freedom often leads us into a complex labyrinth of attachments and dependencies. Our minds function like intricate spiders, ceaselessly spinning elaborate webs of thoughts, desires, and expectations. These mental constructs serve as both a safety net and a trap, providing us with a sense of security, while simultaneously binding us to an unending chase for external validation and satisfaction. We cling to the belief that our happiness, our sense of self-worth, and even our identity are contingent upon achieving specific goals, acquiring particular possessions, or maintaining certain relationships. This belief system propels us into a perpetual state of striving for more wealth, more achievements, more accolades, more affection. Yet, this insatiable quest often leaves us feeling empty and unfulfilled, always chasing an elusive ideal that seems to slip through our fingers just as we think we've grasped it. We become like hamsters on a wheel, running faster and faster, but never actually getting anywhere. We expend enormous amounts of energy in pursuit of goals that, even if achieved, rarely bring us the lasting happiness we seek. But what if there was another way? What if we could step off the wheel and find a different path, one that leads to genuine peace, joy, and freedom? The key to liberation lies in embracing the simplicity and impermanence of existence. It starts with acknowledging the transient nature of all things, our emotions, our thoughts, our circumstances, and even our lives. Understanding that clinging to the ephemeral is a surefire recipe for suffering allows us to relinquish our hold on expectations, desires, and fears. By doing so, we create space for life's mysterious dance to unfold in its own time, in its own way. We permit life to flow organically without attempting to control, steer, or manipulate its course. We release our craving for certainty, for predictability, and open ourselves to the unknown, the uncertain, the mysterious. This openness is not a passive resignation, but an active engagement with life, a willingness to experience each moment fully without the filters of judgment or expectation. Another crucial aspect of this path to liberation is the resistance to thoughts and judgments. When we resist, we generate tension and discord within ourselves. We become like a clenched fist, rigid, tight, and restricted. But when we let go, when we release our grip, we find tranquility. We transform into an open hand, relaxed, free, and receptive. So, the next time you find yourself ensnared in the complexities and challenges of life, remember to simply let life be. By doing so, you'll discover that the path to happiness and inner peace was within you all along. You'll realize that you don't have to traverse the globe to find peace. It's right there within you. You don't have to scale the highest peaks to gain a fresh perspective. You can find it by introspecting, by looking within. You don't have to devour a library to acquire wisdom. You can find it by tuning into your own intuition, your own inner voice. And most importantly, you'll come to understand that you don't have to wait for some distant future event to experience joy. You can find it right here, right now, in this very moment. Because this moment is all you truly have, and it's more than sufficient. It's a moment that is full of potential, full of possibility, and full of life. It's a moment that is waiting to be lived, to be experienced, to be cherished. When you fully embrace the present moment, you'll find that it is not a stepping stone to some future point, but a destination in itself, a unique, irreplaceable experience that deserves your full attention and appreciation. You'll discover that the richness and depth of life are not to be found in the accumulation of possessions, the achievement of goals, or the pursuit of pleasure, but in the simple act of being fully present, here and now. In this state of presence, you'll find a joy that is not dependent on external circumstances, a peace that is not disturbed by the ups and downs of life, and a freedom that is not confined by the limitations of the mind. You'll find that you are enough, just as you are, and that life, in all its complexity and simplicity, is a gift to be treasured. So take a deep breath, let go of your worries and fears, and step into the present moment. It's the only moment you have, and it's more than enough. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to keep up with more content like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That way, you won't miss out on any future videos that could be the key to unlocking your full potential.